Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and his entourage left Hanoi today for the 8th GMS summit in China at the invitation of Chinese Premier Li Qiang. The trip also includes attendance at the 10th APMET Summit and the 11th CLMV Cooperation Summit and walking sessions.
These are the first in-person high-level activities of the GMS, ACMECS, and CLMV mechanism since 2018. Vietnam views these cooperation platforms as strategic avenues to connect with top significant partners and enhance international support for the Mekong sub-region's development. Vietnam's active and proactive participation in this mechanism reflects its commitment to contributing to the common interests of the region. This working trip of Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính also comes at the time when Vietnam and China find neighborliness is flourishing, characterized by the comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership, economic cooperation, trade and investment between Vietnam and China have seen substantial strides, with two-way trade reaching $172 billion in 2023. China remains Vietnam's largest trade partner and second largest export market. Meanwhile, Vietnam is China's largest trade partner in ASEAN and its fifth largest globally.
Vietnam is expected to be among the top 3,000 Asia countries in terms of industrial competitiveness by the end of this decade, as outlined in an action program issued by the Ministry of Industries and Trade this week.
To achieve the goal, the country aims to establish several large-scale industrial corporations and enterprises with international competitiveness in basic, priority, and key industries. Additionally, Vietnam plans to build and develop several domestic industrial clusters with international competitiveness, mastering some production value chains. Top priority will also be given to developing export market for industrial products, especially key ones, by taking advantage of free trade agreement that Vietnam has signed. Meanwhile, the country will also pay keen attention to perfecting the legal framework to develop other major industries including metallurgy, mechanical engineering, chemical, energy, and digital technology.
Monthly aquatic export exceed $1 billion again in October after more than 2 years, according to the Vietnam Associations of Seafood Exporters and Producers.
Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers reported that the export value of aquatic products last month saw a rise of 28% year-on-year, bringing the total in the first 10 months of this year to $8.27 billion. Export to China and Hong Kong, China saw the most significant growth with 37%, followed by the US, Japan, and the EU. At the end of October, seafood export to China and the US hit $1.5 billion. Shrimp export topped the aquatic export with $3.2 billion, up 13%. While that of charfish edged up by 10% to nearly $1.7 billion. Meanwhile, crab and other crustacean exports also see growth with around 60% each.
The Ministry of Transport has set a target that 30% of cars and 22% of motorbikes won't be powered by electricity by 2030.
This is one of the solutions to achieve the goal of reducing 5.9% of greenhouse gas emission in the transport sectors under a plan issued by the ministry recently. Reviews will be carried out to amend the national technical standard for automobiles with updated regulation for electric vehicles. The ministry will develop a circular regulating the classification of road vehicles signed to identify vehicles using clean, green, and environmentally friendly energies, together with the issuance of standards for roadside rest stop, including regulation on charging stations. Studies will be carried out to develop the charging infrastructure system and integrate into the road transport infrastructure planning for 2021 to 2030 period, with a vision to 2050.
Ho Chi Minh City welcomed more than 4.6 million foreign visitors in the first 10 months of this year, nearly 13% increase compared to the same period in 2023, according to Department of Tourism.
Domestic tourist number over 30.9 million, up by 1.3%, contributing to total tourism revenue of $6.2 billion, marking nearly 12% year-on-year increase. The department is currently developing preferential policies aimed at attracting international MICE group to hold events in Southern largest economic hub. In terms of tourism development partnership, the department has launched a cooperation tourism initiative with 13 Mekong Delta provinces and cities, highlighting 126 local attractions through a new voting platform. Additionally, a tourism development cooperation plan with the southeastern region has been issued to promote eco-friendly, sustainable travel routes that attract international visitors.